Sir Philip Sidney from Astrophil and Stella, which is a series of sonnets that essentially look at love and Sidney's own personal life, supposedly. My thing is, he's Sir Philip Sidney, so I'm assuming he's British. I could probably double check that. It doesn't really have much to do with what I'm about to do, except for the fact that I can only really do a bad British accent. I guess I could do a bad Scottish accent. I can't hold it as well as I can hold a bad British accent, and I'm not quite proficient enough in my bad Irish accent to even attempt. Do you see that hair? Aha. Got it. Okay, Sir Philip Sidney from 1554 to 1586. He's dead, clearly. So he was like 30 when he died. Ooh, I did not want to live in the 1500s. Anyway, he was a knight, an Elizabethan knight, which means he's British. Why doesn't it say where he was born? So he started school at the age of 10, but it did not say where he was born. So, he's British, which makes this a little bit less catastrophic, yet it's still going to be catastrophic because I can only do a bad British accent. Regardless, Sidney liked his privacy, so much so that he said, and I quote, "I assure you before God that if I ever know you do so much as read any letter I write to my father without his commandment or my consent, I will thrust my dagger into you and trust to it, for I speak in earnest." Or in American, "I assure you before God that if I ever know you to do so much as read any letter I write to my father without his commandment or my consent, I will thrust my dagger into you and trust to it, for I speak in earnest." Sounds less interesting when it's in American. Anyway, that's my bad British accent, and this is an excellent quote. "I will thrust my dagger into you and trust I am in earnest." Who says that? Sidney, apparently, but that's a top-notch quote, and I'm going to use that. "Do what I say, or I will thrust my dagger into you, and trust me on it." I need to get a dagger first in order for that to really work, but until then, I will be a potato reading sonnets. These sonnets are actually pretty good. I've read some bad sonnets. I was in a creative writing class with other people my age, and I can't write a sonnet. A sonnet is very difficult, so it was interesting to read what other people considered sonnets. Mostly because a lot of them didn't understand where the emphasis goes on each syllable and what a syllable is. So sonnets have a really ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. You need to have the buzz and the bums. And so each one of those is a syllable, and the ones with emphasis need to be in the right spot so it has that feeling. And if you don't know what a syllable is, let alone what emphasis is, the resulting sonnet is not good. It's amazing how that one little tweak does so much. So anyway, I'm reading good sonnets, and I just wanted to let you know that if you ever do anything against my direct wishes, I will thrust my dagger. I will thrust my dagger into you. Trust be upon it. Trust to it. Trust to it. Will thrust my dagger into you. Trust to it. I'm gonna go on with Astrophil and Stella. I really like these old names. I think they're great.